One cannot talk about child deaths in California without touching on the death of Gabriel Fernandez. Many of you may have seen the 6-part crime documentary, The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez, on Netflix. If you have not, I highly suggest that you please do so. While we will do our best to present Gabriel's story with the respect and dignity that he deserves, this documentary takes a deep dive into his case that shines a light on just how many people failed this poor child.
And it's about 6 hours. It's much more in depth than what we can cover here, so I do highly recommend you see it. Gabriel Daniel Fernandez was born on February 20th, 2005 to Arnold Contreras and Pearl Fernandez. Shortly after he was born, Gabriel was put in the custody of his great uncle on his mother's side, Michael Lemos Carranza, and his partner, David Martinez, who raised him for 4 years. In 2009, 4-year-old Gabriel moved in with his grandparents due to his grandfather's objection to Carranza's and Martinez's same-sex relationship.
Yeah, they didn't like that Gabriel was so affectionate with them, and they made these outrageous claims that they were turning him gay because of it.
Which you'll see the effects of later on, sadly.
Right. So Gabriel lived with his grandparents, Robert and Sandra Fernandez, until 2012, when his mother, Pearl, sought custody, reportedly to gain welfare benefits. She was eventually granted custody despite concerns that she was neglectful towards other children. Despite objections from family members, Gabriel moved in with his mother and her boyfriend, Izaro Aguirre, who worked as a security guard. Pearl had been described by family members as abusive, and it had been noted that she had a history of domestic violence directed at her partners. And unfortunately, Gabriel's family's concerns were valid. So Gabriel was systematically abused and tortured during his 6-month stay with his mother and her boyfriend. Just to give you an idea of some of the abuse that young Gabriel suffered, he was forced to eat cat litter and feces. He was forced to eat his own vomit. He was regularly beaten, which caused broken bones. He was burned in various parts of his body with cigarettes. He was shot in areas of his body, including his face and his groin, with a BB gun. He was forced to wear clothing typically worn by girls. I believe when they found him, there were 2 dresses hanging up in his closet, and that's all. All of his clothes had been bagged up and put under the bathroom sink. He was forced to sleep bound and gagged in a small cupboard in his parents' bedroom, and it was locked up with a handcuff.